Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 123 or episode 123, and as you can see, I've just realised something. I'm wearing my own head. I was really confused then. I thought I was going a little bit crazy, but my head looked a tiny bit bigger than it usually is. And yeah, it turns out I'm actually wearing my head over my own head. So that's what that one looks like, in case you're wondering. And I can do like head growth thing. But yeah, so there we go. I'm wearing my own head, which is that weird? I think that's a weird thing to do. Can you imagine that? You die and then you somehow come back to life because we live in a world that we can respawn, and then you pick up your own severed head and put it over the top of you. I don't even want to think about that sort of thing. Let's not talk about that at the start of today's episode, because as you can see, I'm actually on the way out myself. I've got two little meat sticks left. By the look of things, I've been doing quite a lot of dying, and of course, don't have any of my resources on me or anything like that. Just popping back from Hermit Hills over where the death machine is. Picked up some leather on the way as well. I just saw there was a ton of leather in the chest. So I need to pick up my resources, and I've just realised I've left those over in Hermit Hills. So I think the only thing for it is to actually kill myself. No, I don't want to lose my head. Right, okay, we're just going to have to sort of sort this one out. So here I am back over in Hermit Hills. Now let's quickly pick up all of the resources from the chest down at the bottom here, which is where all of my items should be, if I remember correctly. I hope they're still all here. Yes, by the look of things they are. We've got a ton of redstone resources and all those bits and pieces. Now, for anyone who has not seen my recent Hermitcraft episodes, you will probably be confused by this number next to my name in the tab menu. As you can see, I've got 11,275 deaths, and I haven't just been really bad at Minecraft in the past couple of weeks, okay? Because that would be, can you imagine? That would be quite demotivating, wouldn't it, playing Minecraft and getting 11,000 deaths without actually trying to get 11,000 deaths. But no, I've created this machine right here, which is like an automatic death machine. And me and some of the hermits are doing a bit of a competition where we're trying to see who can get the most deaths on the server. And I like to think that I'm currently winning, but I am up against Exumavoid. So you never know with him. You never know, because he goes big. He always goes big. So the chances are he's probably on like a couple million by now. It's only been a couple days, but I can imagine that he's managed to do that. So I think I'm winning. But anyway, yeah, we're doing a bit of a death contest. I'm not going to be working on that today, but it's a really, really fun thing. But anyway, back over to the base now, because we're going to get down to business with some of the projects that I've got planned. So as you guys know, I recently released my worst episode of Hermitcraft ever. I did about 4 projects in that episode, and every single project had its problems and it had its issues, and it was just such an annoying one to record. I would say that it's comparable to episodes 98 and 99 of Hermitcraft Series 2. For those of you who've been around for ages, you will remember those episodes because they went down in history as the episodes that just really ticked me off. I was really cheesed off by those ones. But yeah, this one was super, super annoying. And as you can see here, we decided to start work on a new part of this area of my base with the tree farm, my bedroom, and then my water farms and all those sorts of things. And it just didn't work. I was going to make a snow farm, but then unfortunately the snowmen don't produce snow down at this level for some bizarre reason. I didn't really understand why they didn't produce snow, but yeah, it basically didn't work in the slightest. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out all of that, but we are going to be making use of this little area down here to create a cool little redstone contraption that I've come up with that I think is going to be good fun. It's going to be like a fun little contraption that we can use for projects for Hermitcraft episodes, which I'm sure sounds really quite intriguing, which is good. I hope that it sounds intriguing because it should be intriguing. It's quite a cool little machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out this area, get rid of all of this junk, and basically get myself set up to start work on this thing. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am clearing out this area here and I have no idea how big this space needs to be. I did the same thing with the Temple of Notch and I wildly overestimated how big that redstone contraption was. I think in the end we had something like 10 blocks out the back, ready for space, and we also had something like 4 blocks on either side, which isn't too bad. It could have gone a lot worse, but still not exactly ideal. But in terms of the redstone behind this mechanism, I can't imagine it's going to be too ridiculously big. Whoa. That was bizarre. I can't imagine it's going to be too ridiculously big. It depends on how many bells and whistles I want to add to it. So all the crazy bits that I want to add in, like flashing lights, sound effects, cogs turning, those sorts of things, they're going to add in quite a lot of space. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pretty generous with the size of the room and just try and make all of the redstone fit. So I've managed to gather up all of the resources required to do this thing. I've got comparators, redstone lamps, I've got redstone, few redstone blocks, or at least 1 redstone block, probably not enough of those. Got a few sticky pistons, iron blocks, stone slabs, all those sorts of things. So we should be good to go. But one thing that I just want to say, and this is completely unrelated, but I am freezing. I don't know what's happened, but it's so cold in my house right now. And I'm actually like doubled up in layers. I've got a jumper, I've got a hoodie on top, I've got a big beanie hat on. I was considering adding a scarf to the mix, but then I thought to myself, you know, if I've got a scarf around my mouth, the video is probably going to sound like this. And all muffled and horrible, and I thought maybe that's probably not the best for making a YouTube video, so I think I'm gonna have to stick with just the beanie hat for now. But yeah, I'm absolutely freezing, so if you start to hear like teeth chattering and things like that, just ignore it. It's just me freezing away making my Minecraft videos. But anyway, I think it's about time that we start doing some redstone. Maybe, you know, once the redstone starts going down, the cogs in my brain start turning, we might be able to warm ourselves up with some of those brain pals and things. Let's hope, because otherwise I'm going to be frozen inside my chair, and that's no good. Despite creating what I thought was a relatively large amount of space, it turns out I have actually run out of space. But as you can see right here, making progress, we are working on the 4-bit randomizer. No, not 4-bit. I don't know how many bits it will be. It's a 4-way randomizer. It's got 4 possible outcomes, so who knows? That could be 4 bits. I would have thought it is. No, I just don't know. I'm not going to comment on that sort of thing. But yes, I'm working on this one. We've got the first section done. That is one of those. And then we just need our other sets of droppers, which are going to be going in here. And also there's going to be another one that goes in over here, which means we are going to need to do a tiny bit more clearing out the back. But things are coming along really quite nicely. Of course, these randomizers I have built about 1 billion times now, so I really know what I'm doing, and I can just construct them relatively quickly. So this should be the easy part. The slightly more tricky part will be adding in all of the fun redstone, the things like the flashing redstone lamps and all of the crazy sound effects that I want to go on, because, as I say, I want to make this machine just a tiny bit more fun than just a randomizer, because randomizers are cool, but they're not exactly exciting at parties, are they? And we want this to be the sort of machine that's exciting at a party. If that makes any sense whatsoever, probably not. I'm cold. So I'm just finishing up the randomizer right now. We have got the full randomizer here, which is like a 4 outcome randomizer, as I just discussed. And then we have got droppers, which of course have 9 possible outcomes, which means we've got 9, 18, 27, 36. My 9 times table is still apparently on point, despite the fact that it's about -12 right now. So let's just run the hoppers into this chest, and that will be the actual system completed. Okay, so our actual system now is done in terms of redstone. It's all finished. But it's, as you can see, a boring system. We hit the button, and then there's just a really long delay, and then everything happens. But I don't have any items in these droppers just yet, or any of these droppers either. So nothing happens, which is super boring. It's going to get less boring than that, but it's still pretty boring in the grand scheme of things. So as I say, it's now time for flashing lights, things happening, bits occurring, because everyone knows that that makes life a whole bunch better. So guys, I have been doing just a tiny bit of decorating here. You can see that we have got ourselves a fairly industrial looking room with all of these iron blocks here, and I'll chuck in some iron blocks on the other side. I think I might just make it like an iron cube, maybe. And as you can see, as you just saw there, I've got myself a wire. Now this little wire here, honestly don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about it, because I don't know if it looks good. I don't know if it's one of those things that will look better if I add more of it in. Like maybe if we start adding in some blue wires, maybe just like a sort of like a scoop going around like that, maybe, and then maybe some green coming out of the ceiling like this, and sort of looping that round like that. Yeah, it's like, it's sort of working. Is it though? Like, I don't know. I just don't know what to think about this thing. You know, maybe that's an orange wire there. We've got yellow. We'll use some yellow over here. It just looks stupid. It does. It looks stupid. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That was like the one thing that I definitely had in my head that was going to look really awesome. Looking back at like my Evil Science Lab that I did. In fact, you know what? I'm going to download the like, Evil Science Lab world, and I'm going to take a look at what I did there, because I think I did that really quite well. I seem to remember anyway. So, it has been a very, very long time since I've been in this world, but I think I should be able to do it. So place a torch here, and everything seems to be working there. So our little entrance has now opened up, and then I think I need to spin this little fella, and oh, there we go, and we are through into the Evil Science Lab. Now this, oh, here we go. I remember this place. Oh, what an awesome build. What an awesome build this was. Sheep cloning facilities. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. So these big wires here, we do not have enough space to create wires like that one. Definitely not. But this is the universe death clock, okay? This is what tells us when the universe is about to explode, and it's actually about to roll round, is it? No, it's on 37. So when that hits 99, it rolls back around to 00. But anyway, yeah, this is the universe death clock, and then over here we have got some crazy combination lock. I think it had like 16.8 million combinations, if I seem to remember correctly, but I got it right first time, of course. And that takes us through into this room here with crazy lighting. We have got, oh, this is the nuclear reactor that I created with loads of different things, so we can turn on the water and do all that sort of stuff. But, oh, I've just had a thought. We could do that. We can do this floor in this room. What a great idea, because I was just thinking, you know, we can't do those wires there. We definitely can't do those wires. But bada bing, bada boom, we can do that. We can have a see-through floor, then when we hit the button, loads of stuff can go on underneath. It can, like, trigger loads of redstone underneath, loads of flashing lights and everything like that. That is absolutely perfect. I am dead chuffed with that one. Absolutely dead chuffed. I can't remember what all these things do, but yeah, dead chuffed with that. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to create a crazy redstone floor that hopefully should end up looking really good and working just like this one, basically, this crazy mess down at the bottom here. I think that will look absolutely awesome. But anyway, yeah, the Evil Science Lab was a Redstone Let's Build series. It's something that I want to do again. I want to do another Redstone Let's Build series. But basically, I did a Let's Play of me constructing all of this, and I'll put a link to the showcase video down in the description so that you can download this world for yourselves, because it's a really interesting thing to look around. There's tons of cool little redstone contraptions around here, and plenty to look at. But anyway, let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server and start constructing our crazy floor. Okay, everyone, so I think I have created the floor. The floor might be done, maybe. It's really difficult to come up with a circuit that looks like it's doing loads of things without actually doing anything. So here goes, we hit the button here, and no, I've been really stupid there. What have I done? Oh, I've used comparators there, and that's creating a pulse extender as opposed to a redstone clock. I'm such a spoon. Right, let me go and grab some repeaters and repeat that. Okay, I think it is now fixed. So when I hit this button, I mean, yeah, that's good. I guess we'll run a pulse extender into that one, so that will just be like a comparator-based pulse extender, and then we will be on the money there. I think that's probably the best way of doing things. I apologize that I managed to mess up all my redstone then. Honestly, don't know what's going on today. My heating has just clicked on though, so that's a positive sign. It means that I'm not going to be freezing in my chair right now. But yeah, this is the pulse extender that we're going to use. So I'm running like that, and no redstone should be affected there. So if we just chuck down a stone button once again, we should get like a slightly larger amount of action going on. Yes, okay, so we got a decent amount going there. That looked good. That looked good. I'm pretty happy with that one. Maybe a slightly longer pulse. Let's face it. That should be perfect. So we'll just place a block in there, and that should be the ticket. So we're going to get a tiny bit of redstone action going on. That's definitely going to make you aware of what's happening underneath the ground. I'm pretty happy with that floor. I think that's cool and that's slightly exciting. We should add some things in the walls, maybe some disco lighting going across the walls there. But other than that, this is good. This is good. So let's cover this up using glass, and then we will get back down to business. And once again, my sorting system is broken. I'm just a moron, I think. I might just be a moron, because this has never worked. I've never been able to get this thing to work. So once again, I'm out the back looking for sticks, and it doesn't even look like there's many sticks in the system. So clearly, I just don't have that many sticks. But yeah, the sorting system is broken once again. I'm just considering gutting that thing and starting fresh, because otherwise, well, it's just a pain in the bum. It is. It's just a massive pain in the bum. So I might strip that down and just completely rebuild it. We're not going to be doing that in today's episode. I do still need sticks though. Okay, so a tiny progress update here. I have filled in all of the glass. I have hooked up the redstone. So now, yep, okay, I got a little bit worried then. Yeah, it looks like the system is now working when we hit that button, which is good. So that's a positive sign. And that's quite simply just linked in just here. And then out the back here, of course, we've got our randomizer and all those sorts of things. But I think the route that we're going to take is I'm going to go across like this, and I'm basically going to create some disco lighting systems going down both sides of the room. I think that's probably the best way of doing things. Don't know if I'm going to be going for crazy sound effects today, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I'm just not going to be dealing with that. However, crazy lighting going down here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone lamps on that side, and the same thing on this side as well, and I hope it should end up looking really quite cool. Okay, so I'm now in the process of wiring up the first set of the disco lighting here, and I think I'm going to run that down into our pulse extender, which is going to be right there. So that should be everything. Now let me just check. It's looking pretty good to me. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's really difficult to navigate around here. But let me just hop outside and we'll give this button a bit of a press and we'll see what happens. So the lights are on by default, which is good. We hit the button and we get some action. Good stuff. That's all right. And then we will get the thing coming through there. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So one side is done. We've just got to do the other side, which shouldn't be too difficult. I've got all of the repeaters in place. And you know what? I'm going to show you how I do it because it's a really, really simple little contraption. So the way I'm doing it is I'm just chucking down the comparator here. And then the repeater, gone straight into tutorial mode, believe it or not. But it's just quite simply like a little hopper clock. And then we toggle that on and off using the redstone current coming out of the pulse extender, which seemed like a really sensible way of doing things. So we've got these two hoppers running into one another. If I quickly chuck those two down there, then an item inside those hoppers. And as you can see, when this is running, we have got all of the repeaters configured. So it's 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 ticks, and then 4 ticks, which means our redstone lamps are currently flashing. And then it's, yeah, we're just going to run this redstone current up here and probably into this hopper right here. So we'll have a redstone torch and then our redstone will go up like this. And we won't make it too complicated. We won't add in any repeaters or anything like that. It will literally go up like this and in. Okay, so that should be everything. We've just done the other side. So let's see if we can navigate out of this place and actually make our way outside so we can see this disco lighting in action. Hopefully everything is all working. So these are on as well. And let's hit the button and disco, yes! And it's in sync. Is it in sync? Hang on a minute. That's running out of juice. What's going on there? That's a really confusing... I actually have no... No, I've got no idea there. Is there a reason for that? And why does this side not do it? Oh, it does. It does occasionally. That is really strange. Oh, well, it still looks good. I still like it. But that is a really bizarre problem to be having right there. But there we go. There is the disco lighting. We've got our crazy floor as well. So I guess we can fill in all of these blocks here. We can fill in this block and also this block as well. And that is what our room is going to be looking like. I definitely feel like this button should be in a better position though. Okay, so there we go. Our button has now been moved. I think that looks a lot better. So now, final thing to do is Hermitcraft ideas machine with an exclamation mark. There we go. So Hermitcraft ideas machine. When we hit the button, the ideas will go through into the chest. But currently, we don't have any ideas in the machine, which means that the machine is just a tiny bit on the rubbish side. So I think now what we've got to do is we have got to chuck some ideas inside these droppers right here, because otherwise, as I say, not going to be particularly useful, is it? So I'm going to have to head off, gather up some resources, then head over to the XP grinder or the donut, pick up some XP and do some name changing, because I've got a ton of things written down that I want to go into that machine. So I've got 2 droppers worth of ideas for the Hermitcraft server. Those are all the projects that I personally wanted to add into the machine. Now the reason I've only got 2 droppers worth is because I want you guys to come up with the other 2 droppers worth, if that makes any sense. So that's 18 ideas I want you guys to come up with. Obviously, you don't come up with them on your own. Just put an idea down in the comment section and I'll go through the comments and pick one of those ideas. That's the plan anyway, and as you can see, these are the ideas I've come up with. So I've got cactus farm, slime farm, industrial tree farm, auto miner, nether headquarters, hidden armory, secret base, portal lift, bed alarm, tree house, regen, spleef, house in village, jungle run, slot machine, underwater base, microbiomes, tree house. I've got 2 tree houses, okay, and improve outer base. So what's the one that I missed? How strange. How strange that I've got 2 tree houses. What? I've definitely missed something then. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm going to have a lot of tree houses then. But I want you guys to come up with 18 ideas for the Hermitcraft server. Various different projects that you want to see me do. Perhaps there's something that you've wanted to see me do for absolutely ages, but I've never got around to doing it. I will be more than happy to add that into the selection and then chuck that through the Hermitcraft ideas machine. So then we have got tons of fun projects to work on the Hermitcraft server so that we can just keep going and have the coolest base in the history of all of mankind. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.